Hey guys, I'm back. My time ran out, and then some other shit happened. So, as I was saying for my last video, my second video was, you know, basically people like to give kids, what they think they ought to have at that moment, and they don't want kids to grow up sooner than what they have to be. But the problem that I'm having, or they call it enforcement, the problem that I'm having is that you can still let your children know and explain to them exactly what's happening, and then turn around and still let them know exactly their place. And if you can acknowledge that to your children and you can get them to understand that more than anything, you will have a better chance at them growing up knowing my parents didn't, they kept things from me, but they really didn't keep nothing from me. They pretty much let me know exactly what was happening, how it went down, why it went down, at any given time. And the thing is that you have to just put it in children liable terms. Everybody's been a child before, so I'm pretty sure that the next person have talked to somebody that was childish, or somebody have talked to somebody as in a disrespect, as a childish way, or feel that they're making their lives a little harder because of the way that they talk to people to this day, or talk at people, as they say. Um, like I said, for me being 28 years old, I have a 14-year-old and a 4-year-old. My children know so much, and it keeps them enhanced, and it keeps them on their toes to the point that they ask a lot of questions, and I give them answerings, but also I give them an explanation behind it, and I do lifelong lessons. Like, I teach my son about, what I'm saying, what he gonna do. He's about to hit high school, so I teach him about how, senior skip day is about to come, and then, what I'm saying, this, what I'm saying, how young men, feel the urge of being attacked about life and school, and their friends, and trying to keep an image up and all this good stuff. I teach my son all of that, and I let him know, be original. That's all you got to do. If you be original, people are going to follow you because you're a leader. I'm creating my children as being a leader. Most people create their children as being a follower. Oh, you got to have the next Jordans. Oh, you got to have the dumbass, whatever the fuck those pants are, those stupid ass leggings or whatever. Oh, you gotta, what I'm saying, everybody gotta get color in their hair. Oh, everybody gotta get the same color in their hair. Everybody gotta get weave in their hair. Everybody, what I'm saying. It's just so much. Like, everybody's so prone to following, and they have no recognition of actually being a leader. And I'm not saying everybody. Everybody. I said everybody, but I don't mean everybody. It's like a good grade of probably like 69% out here that simply like to do what the next does. And that is what's tearing our society apart today. Teach your children how to be leaders. I'm teaching my children how to be leaders. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I'm not as old as most people think, but I've grown to know a lot. I have dealt with a lot of adults in my childhood. I had to grow up fast in my childhood, but a lot of things that I've seen in my childhood, I did not take in and make as my life. I created my character of who I am based upon what I had to go through life. And a lot of people don't know how to balance that out. So what I'm doing for my children is stepping up the game a notch and getting them prepared, way like fully prepared of what they're about to encounter, because this world is getting torn apart. You know what I'm saying? People are already trying to kill one another, and this stupid ass racism bullshit is supposed to be coming back. It's never been gone. It's just been quiet because clearly people know how to interact with interracials, and now people are starting to have this whole philosophy in their mind because of the president that we have, that we could just go ahead and just start blurting these words out. First of all, they've been blurting these words out for a very long time, whether it's a minority or Caucasian. They've been saying whatever they want to been saying for a very long time. The only difference is that people with the ignorance is doing it. The people that don't want to have the knowledge to order to understand that this world is going to be racial, period. Like, it's not a racist, it's a racial world. There's nothing you can do about it. We can't take out the Caucasians can't take out the minorities. That's just simply how this world going. We need to come united and get a grip with one another and do what's needed to do for this America. which people want to down Donald Trump. I'm not pro Donald Trump. I'm not against Donald Trump. All I'm saying is, at this point in time, for him to come out and all the people that's in poverty thinks that they about to just come up out of nowhere because he's became president, that's the ignorance. People that understands some of the things that he's doing and some of the things that's wrong, and some of the things that he's saying could be wrong, and a lot of things that he's saying make sense, and a lot of stuff he's saying is just some bullshit. Pretty much every president is going to have their ups and downs, and their wrongs and they not wrongs, and they do's and do nots. However you want to look at it, regardless they black, white, purple, orange, pink, woman, male, everybody is a fucking human, and that's what people need to understand today. They're a human. So as I'm teaching my children about certain things that's happening with the government, or certain things that's happening just in reality or logically, or even in a fantasy world, like I'm not letting my children understand fantasy either. Like, understand fantasy, but realize reality is the most biggest thing that's possibly out here to ever happen. Another thing I want to say, people always having this image of forcing their children at an early age to move up a level, from bottles, Pampers, anything of that matter. If your child is at an extent that you have to buy a size 6 diaper, size 6, maybe the child might be a little heavy set. That's fine. I love children, don't get me wrong. Maybe the child, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. It's not even at the month of time. But I'm telling you, once a child start playing with their diaper, and once a child start trying to acknowledge how to take that bitch off, it's time to potty train them. Parents, stop being lazy. Get your ass up in the middle of the night. Time it. Figure it out what you're doing. Give them a drink. See what time they pee. Give them another drink. See what time they pee. Start timing that shit. You had to time your contractions. Time these motherfucking kids are using the bathroom. Time these motherfucking kids are being on a bottle for too long. Motherfuckers got kids walking around that's 1 year old with a fucking bottle. Are you fucking kidding me? At a certain age, you need to break that, because it's going to be hard. A pacifier, a blankie, all of that crazy stuff. Like, that shit makes kids dysfunctional. Like, you're dysfunctioning your child because you don't want to get up and give the time to order to do what you need to do for your child and give them what they need. I mean, it's progression. You need to give your child progression. And some kids are faster than other kids. I get that. But some kids needs a push from the parents in order to get them going. Diaper, potty training, bottles, sippy cups, motherfucking eating, you know what I'm saying, table food to baby food. You need to transition. That's what you are a parent for, transitioning. Don't sit there and just allow the shit just to happen because, oh, they love their bottle and they're like fucking 2, or they're fucking 1, or they're fucking 9 months. Like, it's time to progress because they don't know how to function without it. They don't know how to maneuver and grow and get greater because you allowing them to sit there. Stop letting your child sit there and you get off your ass and do what you're supposed to do as a parent. You had them, now teach them. That's your job. And if you don't know how to be taught, then you find parenting books and you research. You got all these fucking phones and people want to Google every goddamn thing but how to be a fucking parent in a fucking or a library to know exactly where you need to look for and what you need to look upon. You ready to twerk and tweet and fucking be on Instagram and social media all fucking day, but you're not doing what you need to do. Right now, it's fucking 9 o'clock. My kids are in bed, ready for school tomorrow. Clothes picked out, hair done, bath, ate, done. I'm 28 years old. Most motherfuckers my age be like, oh, let's go party. Kids still up at fucking 12 o'clock at night trying to be ruthless with them. No, fuck no. Get it together. Parents, America, let's do this. We can be united. It's not that big of a deal. That racism shit, out of the door. I got many multi-racial ass friends, and I love them dearly, and they love me too. Being real is the number one key. Being real with yourself, being real with your children, being real with God, you will be just fine. And that's the lesson for today. I ramble, but it's all worth it. Have a great one. Good night.